Hey everybody, I'm here with my good friend, Miss Juliana Beatie. She is one of the assistant band directors at Marshfield High School, and she's also the head of the vocal music department. And I've just asked her to come on with me and have a little conversation about just music and music in the midst of a COVID-filled world, as well as some of her experience as a young teacher. You're in your third year of teaching now?
Kind of.
Something like that, sort of?
My second official, but
Okay.
I was a long-term substitute. So where you're seeing that third year, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So you are the head. So you're the head choir director. You teach vocal music at Marshfield High School, and Marshfield is kind of a larger school in our area, right? So but you started your long-term sub was at kind of a smaller district first.
Yes.
So tell us about that experience where you were kind of long-term subbing for like a semester at that district. Tell us about.
Yeah, totally. So I started when they started second semester. It was at a very small school. Marshfield is also a Title I and a rural school district, but this one was even more so. So the high school had roughly 200 students in the high school, and it was all K-12 in one building. We were lucky enough to have a performing arts center, which was brand new. It was the FEMA shelter, so it was all cement, but that was awesome. So I started with them in January and ended with them in May. And I was one of 6 just open door directors. If you know what I mean by that, it's one person stays for 1 year, next one. So in about 5 years, there had been 6 directors. So it was, needless to say, not amazing situation. So a lot of the kids, the head, the top ensemble, which had been like 40 in its prime, was down to 11, and it was down to 9 by our spring concert. So it was a struggle, but I learned a lot. So my schedule consisted of teaching 5th grade band, 6th grade band, 7th and 8th grade band, 9th through 12th grade band. And then I had an advanced guitar class. Guess who doesn't play guitar? That was a good time, learned a lot. And I had a junior high, 7th and 8th grade music appreciation class and a digital music class. As much as I felt prepared after student teaching, there was still so much that I didn't know. And
So it sounds like there were some definite challenges in that, and obviously probably some rewards too. So we've had conversations about that. But what was maybe one challenge that you just weren't expecting in that kind of demographic of school, just such a small school with students that had seen so much turnover in teachers? Was there a specific challenge that you think back to, you're like, wow, that was really difficult to deal with in that situation?
yeah. So because it was just a revolving door, the kids were awesome to just like jump on board with, okay, well, this teacher does this. But at the same time, they'd be like, well, this teacher did this and this teacher did this. And now you're saying this. So what's actually right? Because a lot of times when we're in college, we think, well, in my first gig, I'm going to lay down the law and it's going to be like this. No, in your first gig, you have to remember they have a past, they have a history, whether it was good or bad. There's lots of things that you need to take into account. It's not about you in that, for instance. You just have to like hold tight and grasp what they have. You have to start at that fundamental level of where are they? You have to pick up right where they're at, which was where the person in front of you left off. So as much as you want to go gung-ho into your first year and just, command, that's not the thing. You have to go where they're at. You have to pick up where they're at.
And I think sometimes, students that come out of college, whether it's big or small, you've kind of played at an advanced level for a long time. And then all of a sudden, most people start in a small high school band in their first job. And so it's like you're kind of thrust into this situation where, you've got to find a way to program music that is achievable for those students and musically attainable for them and also enjoyable for an audience. So did you find, did you have in that area of like small band, did you find issues programming with that? Or how did you kind of if you did, how did you overcome them? And did the students latch onto that and just chug along with you? Kind of how was that experience?
Yeah, so picking literature for a 9-person ensemble is not easy. You have to find stuff that they're going to feel confident in, and that's where the term independent musicianship is very, very strong. And at that level, because there had been so many, a lot of the kids weren't what I would call independent. So a lot of repetition had to happen. I don't know if you're familiar with part songs, but it's where they take like a theme A. It's over the same chord progression as like theme B. So they introduced theme A, and then they introduced theme B, and then they have theme A and theme B at the same time. And that was very helpful in literature selection. I was very thankful that our assistant band director, the elementary music teacher, was at my beck and call, and I had her come over and play a couple times with us just to help out. I learned trumpet in a semester. I'm a woodwind player. I don't play trumpet. It was not a good time for anyone listening, but it was a lot of learning by rote, and that, like, everything in me wanted to die because I don't like teaching by rote, but that's where they were at, and that's what we had to do. So the songs that were part songs, very simple and had lots of repetition, was essential.
So really great points. I love, your point about, starting where students are at and being there. That's obviously the point of being an educator, being teaching the whole student isn't just, starting at, all my students are here and I'm going to start up here and they're going to catch up. Obviously, that's not possible, especially in a public school classroom. So, but there are teachers who, you're talking about your first year of teaching in that long-term position, but there are teachers who, maybe are, even in a school where maybe they don't have 9 students in their ensemble, but have small programs and, are really trying to trudge forward and make musical progress with those groups. Kind of philosophically, from your point of view, is it possible for those groups, maybe some encouragement for those directors, is it possible for those groups to truly achieve musical success and to have really great experiences? Is it possible for us to give students in small programs really great experiences with music?
100% yes. And here's to end all of the question statement is, you can't win at music. Music isn't a competition. Now, do I claim one of my top strengths is competition? Yes, because I love to compete and I love to be competitive with my ensembles. However, you can't win at music. Every musician's experience is different. So, like, even with brass tactics of science, when we're all listening to music together, believe it or not, our heart rates all are the same. And that happens in an ensemble of 9, that happens in an ensemble of 120. So absolutely 100% it's worth their time. If you want to look at me and tell me that I would be a different person if I wasn't in band, 100% I would be a different person, because I came from a small program, but it instilled lots of my current personality traits. 100%. Like, the whole reason I'm on time to things, I say that because I was late to this, I'm on time to things is because of band. My work ethic is because of band. 100%, 1000%, yes.
I think it's important, just encouraging beginning directors, or even maybe just directors who aren't young or beginning at all, but just need a reminder that, we sometimes I think we forget, we just need to be reminded that we teach music for music's sake. Like, right, there's all these great things that go with music, like, taking students to contests, or, allowing them to perform in front of, groups, or, we've done some pep band work together. I wrote some pep band charts for your really small group
which was awesome because he had the 5. When I said part song, I'm sure that's what you were thinking of. Oh, so great. So they have 5 parts and you can distribute them however you want. Oh, game changer. 1000% great. But what you're talking about, I lost my train of thought. Let's go back.
No, it's okay. Well, just what I was saying is it's important that I just want to be encouraging to any educators watching, or maybe watch this later, that, we don't have to be, your program doesn't have to be flashy. It doesn't have to be huge. Your marching band program doesn't have to have the latest technology or uniforms or anything like that. Like, we teach music because we believe that music is what changes lives, not all the flashy performance or I truly believe that we teach music, and the power of music is in the fact that each individual student can grasp hold of that and really take it for themselves. Yeah, exactly. So
it's about the students, and it's a lot about self-discovery and finding self-worth. I mean, whether or not that solo is amazing and they're doing a great job, did they learn it? Did they challenge themselves? Are they growing as an individual? 1000%. Do they feel safe in your classroom and they feel like they have a home? Yeah. It's more than just about the music. It's about the student.
It's so right. One of our, I mean, you and I both studied at the same college, and one of our music education professors just loves to say music is the tool we use to reach students. And when it's all about the students, we make better music. We do believe that we make better music, but it's that tool that we use to reach students rather than trying to find students to perform a musical piece or whatever. So yeah, that's such a great point. So many great points. Thank you so much for sharing with us today. I'm really excited about the work you're doing at Marshfield, and your students are super lucky to have you. So thank you so much for being on with me today, and maybe we'll see you again soon.
Absolutely.